The snow came down like a white wall collapsing from the sky, swallowing the road, the trees, and every plan I had made for that morning, and as my car crept forward through the blizzard, I realized that being late for a job interview suddenly felt small compared to the way the world itself seemed to be holding its breath. I had left early because the interview mattered more than any other moment in my life up to that point. It was daytime, yet the storm dimmed the light until the morning felt bruised and grey. The heater struggled, my hands were tight on the steering wheel, and my mind kept replaying the same fear that had followed me for months. This job was my last real chance to turn things around. Then, through the blur of falling snow, I noticed a flash of red off the side of the road, a car half buried in ice, its hazard lights flickering weakly like a heartbeat refusing to stop. Before I could talk myself out of it, I pulled over. Something in my chest told me that if I kept driving, the weight of that choice would follow me longer than any missed interview ever could. If you believe that kindness and second chances still matter in a world that often feels cold, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Heartbeat Tales. Your support keeps stories like this alive. Inside the stalled car was a woman named Mara, her face pale from the cold, but her eyes sharp with a kind of quiet strength. The wind cut through us as soon as the door opened, and the storm roared like it was angry we dared interrupt it. Her car had slid into a snowbank hours earlier, her phone was dead, and the engine had finally given up. The fear she tried to hide showed in the way her hands trembled as she stepped out into the daylight that barely felt like day at all. Getting her into my car wasn't easy. The road was slick, visibility was fading by the minute, and every second felt like a gamble. My interview clock ticked louder in my head with each struggle, but guilt and urgency drowned it out. We drove slowly, the heater blasting, snow hissing against the windshield, and for the first time that morning I felt the strange calm that comes from doing the only right thing available, even when it costs you something. Mara's gratitude was heavy in the air, almost painful. She kept glancing at me, as if trying to memorize my face, and when she finally asked how she could repay me, it wasn't casual. It was the kind of question someone asks when they feel rescued not just from danger, but from being forgotten. I didn't have an answer. I only knew that getting her to safety mattered more than whatever explanation I could give. By the time I dropped her off at a small roadside clinic, my phone buzzed with missed calls. The interview was over before it ever began. I sat in the car afterward, watching snow settle on the hood, feeling the weight of everything I'd just lost. The world didn't reward me with relief or applause. It gave me silence and the creeping fear that I'd just sacrificed my future for a stranger. Days passed, rejection emails piled up, savings thinned, doubt became a constant companion. Yet every time I thought about that stormy day, about Mara's eyes and the way the blizzard had tried to erase her, something inside me stayed steady. I reminded myself that sometimes the measure of a life isn't taken in promotions or titles, but in moments when no one is watching. A week later, in the clear light of another daytime morning, my phone rang. The voice on the other end belonged to a hiring manager from a company I had never applied to. They had heard about me through someone who worked at the clinic, someone who had been helped by a woman named Mara. She hadn't repaid me with money or favors. She had repaid me with a story, told at the right time to the right people, about a stranger who chose compassion over convenience. When I walked into that new office for an interview, sunlight poured through the windows, warm and bright, as if the world itself had decided to thaw. I got the job. Not because I was perfect, but because someone believed my character mattered as much as my resume. If this story stirred something in you, if it reminded you that small acts can echo louder than we ever expect, please take a moment to like, share, and engage with this video. Your interaction helps these real human stories reach hearts that need them. Before the ending, we have one special request. Comment the word kindness below if you believe helping one person can change more than one life. Even now, when I think back to that blizzard-filled daytime road, I don't remember the fear of missing my interview. I remember the choice that shaped everything that came after. And I hope, somewhere out there, when the snow starts falling in someone else's life, they remember that stopping to help might just be the moment that saves them too.